Yeah, I think coming to the reality that climate change is real is quite traumatic, and I kind of feel like there's this kind of bubble of people that I can kind of share that reality with.
Yeah, it's definitely, I think, climate chaos is like the biggest crisis facing humanity at the moment, so you couldn't get much more important than that. The fate of humanity and the planet's at stake.
One of the things I've learned from Climate Camp, I've only been involved really since Climate Camp 2008, and the kind of things I've learned since then has been phenomenal, just by listening to people argue for about 3 hours. But that's great, that's part of the learning process, and the next time you can contribute and you can understand more and you learn so much, and you broaden your opinions based upon other people's and based upon your own intelligence, and it's brilliant in that way.
I can totally imagine that if somebody came along to a weekend like this, having had little prior experience of being involved in a movement like this, that it would seem like it was all talk. But what I think is so inspiring about this movement is it's not all talk at all. All the talk is about action we're going to be doing.
My first meeting, my roommate had been going for a long time, but he didn't come that night. But I went on my own and I met really nice people who welcomed me in straight away, and that was it.
It's quite inspiring, I think, to see these non-hierarchical structures in place.
But it is about a community. We create a community there at the camp for a week and demonstrate sort of sustainable living. But it's also a community of people that get together throughout the year to organise and plan, campaigns and what we're going to do, throughout the year.
I think Climate Camp allows you to be politically expressive. I think for me, that's it. It allows you to kind of take something that you've come to a realisation that something is really real.
Well, fear of sounding like a hippie, there's a real energy about Climate Camp. There's something quite progressive about it. It's taking a problem a real problem like climate change, and really making it something positive and something we can work towards, rather than just saying this is a problem. It's engaging on all levels. If you're an artist, if you're a good speaker, if you're a writer, you can contribute anything. It's brilliant in that way. I found so much through the climate movement, so many things that move me, so many things that take me places, and I love it for that.
And yeah, like I say, some really good friendships and lots of really good people. It's just nice to be around a lot of positive people that, rather than sitting back and saying, oh, there's nothing I can do, the government will have to sort it out for me, who actually get up and take action and make a difference in the world.
That's what makes it strong, that's what makes it powerful, is that everybody has, everybody's together and acting together and finding a place finding a point in which everybody's agreed on what is the right way to move forwards, and that is what makes community. That is what makes changes. That is how changes can be made.
So, do you think Climate Camp is a community outside of the sort of annual camp? Do you think there's a community of people involved here?
Definitely, there's something that I've definitely felt today.
There are other ways of doing things that are not kind of going via other people and processes that they're involved in that you aren't. You are forging your own process to get somewhere when we talk about direct action in the way that society hopefully, and I very much think it's happening this weekend.
Being an activist is something to be proud of. It's something to be really proud of. It means, you can talk as much as you want and spin off as much as you like, but until you really put your body where your mouth is, and you really show that you mean that physically, mentally, emotionally, and every fibre of your being, then it's beautiful, and that's activism. That's actually following up your words with your actions.
I think it shows a different way of living, a way of living sustainably with compost toilets and things like that. And also in the past 3 years we've made a stand against something that we found is quite a big injustice, like Kings North.
I was really encouraged when I went to the camp and saw how all the really positive kind of solutions were being put in place in terms of sustainable living, and I found that really, really inspiring.
Solar panels generating electricity, our own sound systems, we had bands playing, had workshops about climate change and the environment, and just lots of really cool people. You know, some of the friendships I made there, you know, I'm sure will probably last a lifetime.
It is a good opportunity to get like networking, find out a lot of people and a lot of things that are going on throughout the year, and it isn't just dolled us in and like seeing what we can scam off people for the rest of the year. A lot of it is, you know, people working hard and people making sure that this kind of thing happens every year. There's a lot of meetings and people working together. So I think it's a really good year-round thing.
It's obviously engaging with the issues and with the, you know, the problems behind those issues, the people. It's engaging with the people and every manner of issue, from like, you know, power plants to coal to aviation, everything. But it's doing it in a really fun way. Like, God, I've had so much fun, and that's what keeps people engaged, and that's what keeps people interested in it.
Climate Camp was, you know, very dynamic. Lots of people and lots of fun. You know, all camping in a field together and living in a sustainable way. It's about realising that we as individuals and collectively have the power to make a difference in the world, and, you know, seizing that opportunity with both hands, not relying on somebody else to do it for you. That's what direct action is to me.
I think it's built on DIY. People are inventing it for themselves. They're taking ownership of it. They're believing something passionately,